Good afternoon, Britain.
Good afternoon, Britain.
Weekdays from midday, we bring you the most compelling stories from across the United Kingdom.
And why it matters to you. From your doorstep to our inbox.
That's right, we want to hear from you. Good afternoon, Britain. Only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
I'm Emily Carver. This is GB News, Britain's news channel. Where we will reveal who our greatest Briton is. It's a person who's shown courage and bravery in the face of adversity and also can bring a sprinkle of joy to all of our lives.
Yes, and as you can see, he's on the screen now. It is His Majesty, King Charles. He is to return to public duties next week after responding well to cancer treatment.
Yes, it won't yet be a full return to official engagements for the King, but the palace sound very positive, which is lovely to see. Now, we can't speak to King Charles himself today, which is a little bit of a shame, but joining us is the next best thing, really, royal superfan Anita Atkinson. Anita, thank you very much indeed for joining us today. Really great to get you on the show. So tell us, what did you make of this statement from the palace? Are you delighted?
Oh, very much so, yeah. Excited as well to see him out and about, and of course excited for the state visit of Japan. I'm hoping to be there to see that. So yeah, it's great news. It's brilliant news.
Anita, you've got lots of memorabilia around you, not least. That's not the King in person, is it, or is it a cardboard cutout?
Well, it's the King in person, but don't tell anyone.
Yeah. when did you first start getting into the royals? And is it a particular affiliation with Charles himself, or just the royals in general?
I'm a monarchist. You know, I'm not really a royal superfan. I support monarchies around the world. And in fact, this morning, I've just been speaking to a friend who's from here, from the northeast of England, but who actually lives in Japan. She has been a diplomat ambassador coach, and she was talking about the state visit of the Emperor of Japan, and the whole of Japan this morning, when they've heard the news about the King, are very excited as well. So this isn't just for us. This is a world. This is world news that everyone is watching. We're waiting for the King to come out, but. As for how long I've been a monarchist the whole of my life, even as a little girl. I mean, I didn't know I was a monarchist then, but I was interested in the royals and especially, of course, the Queen. So I am a monarchist and I support the monarch.
That's very interesting. So it's not just about our royal family, it's about monarchies all around the world. What is it about monarchies then? What do you think, what does it for you?
Right, well, I'll tell you what it does, but it's pretty boring. So I'll try to make it a bit more exciting. I fervently believe in a monarchy as a form of government, and the best form of government, because the countries around the world that are monarchies are the most stable and their people are free. And I've made a study of almost 50 years studying the monarchies around the world and the countries that used to be monarchies as well. And the countries that used to be monarchies, of course, have all gone through very difficult times. In fact, just on Thursday gone, it was the 50th anniversary of the Carnation Revolution in Portugal. And, you know, Portugal rid themselves of their monarchy in 1910 and then became a dictatorship. So this is why I'm a monarchist. I'm not a royal superfan. I do enjoy the stories, you know, I enjoy all the theatre that surrounds it, and I suppose all of this royal memorabilia that surrounds me.
What would you,
I've got the biggest connection.
Anita, what would you say to Graham? He's got in touch. He says, for goodness sake, why is it news that Charles is going back to work? He doesn't do a huge amount anyway. What would you say to someone like Graham?
He doesn't do a huge amount anywhere. He's head of state, head of the nation, head of the Commonwealth, head of the church. He's got, 2.1 billion people in the Commonwealth that he oversees, most of them non-white. I mean, what a ridiculous thing to say. I'll tell you what, you should have gone to live in Portugal in 1910 and then seen what a monarchy can do. It keeps you free, Graham.
Well, there you go.
That got you riled, Anita. Have you ever met any of the royals or Charles?
Well, I have, yes. the last time, well, I was at the coronation, of course, you know, sleeping in the Mall, because that's where you have to do that. I took my granddaughters and they absolutely loved camping out in London. I often tell people that the only place in the United Kingdom where you can camp for free is in the Mall. So, and I did see him there, but the last time I actually got close enough to speak to him and shake his hand was in April 2022 when he came to Bishop Auckland to open the Spanish Art Gallery with the Queen of Spain. So that was the last time I saw him. But yes,
Did you speak to him?
Yes. Yeah.
What did he say?
Well, they always do the same things, you know. Have you come far? But I think he probably knows who I am.
Yeah.
Every time he comes to County Durham, of course, I'm there. Yeah, because it's my passion. Yeah, I'm obsessed.
Well, that's fantastic.
So,
Anita, it's been so lovely to speak to you this morning, and thank you for being our greatest Briton in lieu of the man himself. Thank you very much indeed, Anita Atkinson.
Have you come
Royal
far?
superfan and monarchist. Have you come far? It's a great question.
It's like
great
when you
question.
get into a taxi. I don't know about anyone else, but you always say, had a busy day.
Busy day.
Been a busy night.
Busy
and, you know,
day.
the taxi driver's just probably just sitting there thinking, shut up.
I think that... Yeah, quite possibly. My taxi driver this morning, he said, I'm sure you're bored of speaking to taxi drivers who are always moaning about everything, always moaning taxi drivers are. I'm going to be positive. And he really put a spring in my step this morning.
Ah, good.
So
I
there
love
you
that.
go.
Excellent.
Anyway.
Right, still to come. Has parenting got a million times harder now we live in a modern world? And are kids naughtier these days? I'd argue they are, but our guest who's coming up very, very shortly is giving them a lot of generous slack, which we'll be getting stuck into. This is Saturday Morning Live on GB News, Britain's news channel.
Morning. We have some heavy